The bill has looked very unpopular in polls because a lot of Americans think they're getting a tax hike. But in fact, next year and in 2019, the vast majority of Americans are going to pay less in taxes. Still, this tax cut disproportionately benefits the wealthy and, more importantly, permanently cuts taxes on corporations. President Donald Trump has made a lot of boastful claims about what this tax bill is and what it can do for the economy. A lot of the things the president has said is puffery, exaggeration, and half-truth. For example, he says this is the biggest tax cut in U.S. history.
It's the largest, I always say the most massive, but it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country.
That's not even close. It's probably somewhere within the top 10, but it's definitely not number one if you look at the total size of the U.S. economy. Secondly, the president has said this is really about a gift to the middle class.
This is going to be one of the great gifts to the middle-income people of this country that they've ever gotten for Christmas.
But what this bill fundamentally does is permanently lower rates for corporations. It doesn't do that for middle-class taxpayers. In fact, those rate cuts go away after 2025. One critical aspect of this bill that's going to generate a lot of controversy is that it repeals the individual mandate from the 2010 Affordable Care Act. This was essentially a tax levied to make sure that people buy health insurance. Because this tax isn't being levied, the government saves money because it no longer has to subsidize health insurance for millions of Americans. Democrats say these tax cuts will ultimately lead to 13 million Americans losing their health insurance. Republicans are saying it's no big deal because these Americans wouldn't have bought health insurance if they weren't being forced to. This tax bill has been presented as a once-in-a-generation opportunity. But the fact is, the way it's structured means lawmakers are going to have to keep revisiting its provisions for years to come, either because certain things expire, or they're going to find glitches, or they're going to find rewrites that they need to make. What Republicans say is that once Americans see their take-home pay rise in 2018, the bill will become popular. Democrats, on the other hand, will push the fairness angle by saying that this tax bill disproportionately favors the wealthy and that Donald Trump betrayed the populist promises he made during the 2016 campaign.